Hello. We are continuing on with Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, actually. And this time around, we're doing the Abbey Grange affair. I think that's the stage's name. There's 2 more stages after this, so most probably 3 more streams, which means this stream, next stream, and the stream after. In total, there will be 3 streams in which it'll be completed. So, yeah, if I leave this stream, there is just 2 more streams of this game. And then we'll move to Illinois, which I obviously said I want to play Illinois and like a long time ago, so I obviously want to complete that game as this one is completed. Anyways, we're gonna continue with Sherlock Holmes. Before that, I'll bring up my chat so that I can see all of you guys chatting. Right, chat is here. Streaming also, streaming early today, in case the stream was super long. The other day the stream went super long because I was not using my brain. My big brain was not working. So hopefully this time around my big brain works. The Abbey Grange affair. Akira. Akira, if you wanna watch Kamen Rider after I'm done with streaming, just let me know. You can watch that after we're done streaming. Like I'm done streaming. How's your hand? Much better. I can now pressure it and everything. It's not hurting or anything that way. I'm feeling much better in that way.
I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade. A letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
I have classes and I'll be home Saturday. Yeah, no problem with that.
It would be much better to examine this letter.
Yeah, sure.
Than to try to convince you.
Alright, so before I start anything, we are impartial when it comes to our personality ranking. We also have a new achievement, which is this was probably, this Silver 9. Alright, so telescope, what are you gonna why do I check this telescope? Hey Toby.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's coat.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look. The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it. I don't think there's anything else. Let's check a letter. Yeah! I don't know why I checked the telescope.
I can tell from Lestrade's
why is she right over
he was
there?
in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
Okay.
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Brackenstall. He's like a big family name or something.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
E.B. Electric buzzer. I don't know. Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent. 3:30 a.m. It's from Kent. So, my dear Holmes. My dear Mr. Holmes. I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it. But I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace here. Your faithfully, Inspector Lestrade.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately.
They call it Grange,
I
not
live in hope
Grange.
of an interesting morning.
Interesting. Abbey Grange. I don't know if it would be Grange. Seems like, yeah. We don't have any deductions yet, sadly. Interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting case. The Abbey Grange affair. I like to call it Grange. Or you can call it Grange as well, I guess.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
I have a
So
feeling that
Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid to raise her right.
Where is the body of the deceased?
same dialogue every
in the
time.
dining room. We haven't touched
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
This might be a more advanced case of the fate of Peter Black, whatever his name was. But I think so this might be a more advanced case over that
Warthen Brackenstall.
compared to that one. I definitely think so this is also an affair case,
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
since it's literally in the name.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall. Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
Brackenstall.
Lady Brackenstall...
Oh. Alright. Hello, lady.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this
That is kind of the
investigation.
same. Yeah.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Alright, let's talk to her properly. Marks, bruise marks. Most probably given by Brackenstall. Pale cheeks. Elegant dress. Old bruises, definitely Brackenstall beat her. I definitely think so. Anything else? Oh. Gold brooch, kangaroo and emu, Australian origin. So whoever she's having an affair with is an Australian.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding
I
a
think she's
stick,
lying.
but they were three and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
I think so. There's a big plot. Like, I feel like the maid, the wife, and whoever she's having an affair with, all three of them are somehow involved in this.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Not a happy marriage.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
Oh. Old bruises.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Right.
Your ladyship?
So that's, we got two evidences. Let's trust statement and evidence. Investigate the murder, inspect the room where Lady Brackenstall is resting, inspect the crime scene in the dining room. So there are three things. Let's talk to Teresa as well.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
Let's investigate her first. Wrinkles, just she's old. Vinegar smell. Caring, okay. She's caring, she has working hands, and... Oh, stain, coffee stain. Alright. So last night, what happened?
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
That's so. Alright, let's see. Let's investigate. Oh. Ooh, something here. Something's here. Oh, picture. Scratches.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Oh.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Interesting. There's something on a table as well. A newspaper. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. This is basically trying to get us to think that the Randall gang did whatever the hell they did. Yeah. You guys can read this if you guys want. Pause the stream and read it. I don't mind it. But I definitely think that there is more to this than this.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Alright. We got some kind of clue now. I still don't think so. Robbery was fake and the whole story invented in order to blame Sir. Yeah, I think so. That's the case over here. I don't think so. She did anything. I don't think so. The Randall gang was responsible. I understand what part does the Randall gang play in this. It's very
This
confusing.
photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one? So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Meaning it's an affair, most probably. Alright. We're not done investigating this room yet because we have to take care of that thing as well. I'll have to ask you to open the safe for me.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it.
Alright.
Your ladyship?
So there will be some clues.
My mistress is very tired. Can't you allow her to her room?
Where are we going though? Alright, let's check the murder scene. We might be coming back over here. We need to check, investigate the murder, investigate the room, and inspect the crime scene dining room. So let's just go and do that.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Right, let's do that, Watson.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Understood. Alright. There's something over here. Oh. Oh.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
Interesting.
A fur trader's cabin.
Let's just examine the body first. Let's get that out of the way. Alright. Let's examine the head first.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
There's a
That
poker.
must be the murder weapon.
Alright, that's all there is here with the head. Bent poker. Dead body. Death of Sir Eustace could have been due to the poker blow. Could have. It's a big could have. Still nothing really here. Alright. So that's all that I can really do with the deductions.
Quite a large stick. A formidable weapon.
It could be a stick.
Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
Interesting. There's something else as well.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Possibility. The possibility. Dead body. It leads to two possibilities. Deadly accident. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to his accidentally striking his head on the fireplace. I still. Is it a poker blow? We'll have to wait. I have to see for more clues first. We don't know if that's the case or not. There are a total of 3 glasses here.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
Okay.
There is beeswing at the bottom.
Alright.
As if the wine had not been decanted before being poured.
Okay.
This glass has some wine.
Okay, no beeswing.
It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other 2 are clear.
Okay.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon Ségur.
French wine.
Grand Cru.
So what a shattered chair was probably.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
Okay. Not it. I don't think so. Any of these are. Yeah. Oh. 2 possibilities. 3 people. There were 2 people drinking wine out of these glasses. The remaining glass with the beeswing. This is solely of tracks from other. Nah, there are 3 people. There's definitely 3 people out there, right? But then this is all. 2 people? And that makes sense. I mean, it would make sense. Oh, it's still not done with a chair.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Interesting. I don't know yet what the
The
criminals
hunting
would be.
scene.
I'll have to see.
These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Yeah, a lot of things are not stolen except for silverware. Everything else seems like the expensive shit is not stolen. That's the funny part here, right? So this is definitely like some kind of planned shit.
A bottle of wine is missing here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Yeah, that's so strange for a criminal to, you know, just take silverware. Collect Toby from Baker Street and okay. Inspect the room where Lady Brackenstall is resident. Inspect the murder at the. Okay. Investigate the murder. My bad.
This door leads to the upstairs bedroom.
I don't know.
A deer hunt. A fur.
It says that the investigation of the dining room is done, right? So let's see.
The death.
We still don't know what the murder weapon is exactly. I definitely don't think it's an accident. Let's go to the map. Baker Street. It was just stolen to cause confusion. Yeah, like all the expensive shit is not stolen. The only thing that's stolen is jewelry. I doubt like the three brothers would want to steal jewelry when they're thieves, right? They're thieves. They steal expensive shit. Why wouldn't? Where's Toby now? Why wouldn't you? We just take Toby.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Yeah, that's my Toby. Let's go. Let's go to Abbey Grange. Still, there's a lot of mystery. Like, what was the murder weapon? Is it a poker really? Or is it like something else? Is it really an accidental death? Because there was wine glass.
Search, Toby.
Oh, I'm controlling Toby. That's cute. Wait, I need to smell something. What do I need to spell? What did I need to spell again? Was it over here? Oh, wait, I see the smell. Yeah, I see the smell. Wow! The door opened on its own. Where does this lead to now? This leads to wherever the hell this is. Okay.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Isn't that interesting? Oh. Come on, Toby. Come on. Lead me to your success, Toby. We can see the smell. Interesting. Yeah. And they went here as well. The well.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
The shed and the well. Anything else? The shed and the well, and where the hell? Oh. They jumped through here.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Oh, it's bright. Oh, my eyes. Oof. When it gets too bright, my eye can't control. I have to close my eyes. It gets too bright. Let's see the shed first. There's a
This
hook.
hook might be useful.
Yeah, it might be.
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest.
Interesting.
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
Interesting. Nothing really interesting except for a hook. Now let's check the well. Now what was in the well?
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
Maybe a rope? Oh, attach a hook. And then attach... Oh, I can just... Oh, my bad. What's this? What's inside the bag? A murder weapon?
Silverware. This is hardly a
Ah. Now that is interesting.
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
Now this is interesting. Robbery could have been imitated to explain, sir. The silver was not supposed to be found. Yeah, it's an imitated robbery. Now this is an interesting case, isn't it? Let's
The
examine.
intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Yeah. Interesting. Inspect the room where Lady Brackenstall is here. We also should do the analysis, so let's go do that analysis before I ask in Lady Brackenstall about the silver wells. But yeah, there's silver whales around here. Alright, let's go. Let's ask, let's do some analysis.
Well,
and
Holmes, do you have a lead?
Dr. Watson, it's Mr. Isa Whitney. He says it's urgent.
Isn't that the fellow we found in the opium den while I was undercover there? Or am I mistaken?
Yes, the gentleman whom I wrote about in The Man with a Twisted Lip. But I must go. This addiction of his causes irreversible damage.
That's
In
interesting,
that case,
Oski,
I
your
shall
word.
continue the investigation alone.
I
Alright,
hope that
so
you'll tell me everything.
Watson is not here anymore. So now it's silver wells, yeah. Silver wells is exactly what I
Let
meant.
us see how the rope was cut.
Right.
The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut.
Interesting.
Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope.
Scissor?
The fibers from this
yeah.
cut appear to be different.
Is that scissors? Cutters? I think that's cutters. It has to be cutters, right?
The fibers from this cut appear to be different.
Really? Not cutters either. Knife? Was it a knife, really?
If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the
Somebody
original.
cut the rope with a knife. Wow. Sailor background makes sense if it's Australian.
My analysis.
Isn't there something else you need to be oh, it's a dialogue, not an analysis. Let's go big. Let's go Abbey Grange. So the only ones we have right now are from Australia and Violent Behavior, which obviously from Australia is gonna be the guy that the female character is having an affair with, and Taylor background is also something like that. Violent Behavior will be something related to our good old Sir Eustace. Alright, Brock. 3 glasses.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
The silverware
We
has
found
been
your
found.
silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
That wasn't a thankful.
Your ladyship?
That wasn't very thankful to you. It sounded like. That's what it sounded like.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news.
This
You
was unexpected.
Really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Indeed. Holmes is like, alright. You guys can have fun. Okay, this one I can say that it's. Oh, wait, not that one. This one, right? No. Where's the. Two people. Because she said that there are three, which means there's two. Look at her teeth. We don't talk about that.
Let us try to open
Oh, I didn't know we
this
could try.
safe. Can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, there we go. Holmes be like silver is more important, I guess. Oh, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Sir Eustace, his current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decomposition. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. This particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering with liver damage. Then these are lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps that you have described to me are caused by adulteration. Oh my god. To the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. Somebody needs to get me a doctor to explain whatever the hell this means. That includes the only thing I know is that he's got a damaged liver. That's it. The liver seems excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. What does that even mean? There are also signs of ascites fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates the pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. I don't know what that word is. The condition may pose a risk to others. Excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I'm available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. Also, we have something here now. Alright.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
Ah.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Nobody took money from the safe either. Isn't that surprising?
Oh, what
Now then, I have another dialogue with you. History of violence.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
Huh. Interesting. Lady Barrett hostily after arriving and remained at home during the time. There is little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with someone from Rock of... Yeah, I think so, that's the case. I think she's acquainted with someone from wherever the hell this place is.
Oh,
Oh yeah, let's talk to Lestrade. We should most probably be able to speak with him now. Sir
What do you
Eustace's
know
reputation.
about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight.
Ah,
Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss
Deal?
Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
he's looking at me. Holmes is looking at me like Inspector Sale violent behavior, domestic violence. Wait, I don't have any more clues. Did I investigate the murderer? Wait, that's all the clues I get? Really now? Really now? Interesting. Search for a possible sailor suspect.
Holmes, don't look at me like that.
Where do I search for Oh, search for that. Ah, I see. Wow, this is a pretty short case if I had to say so. I'm surprised by how short this case is. Can I do a second case then? Like, it's really short. It's like, what, 40 minutes or something right now? Let's search archive. 1893. Encyclopedia. It has to be newspaper only, right? 1893. Ah, there it is. Rock of Garuda bulk carrier from Canary Building, James Street, London, has arrived, returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning this reportedly beautiful young lady presented engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest man and gentlemen. Is this the guy? No, that's just the place, right? Wait,
Here it is.
what's the name of the sailor? I don't understand. What's the name of the sailor?
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
I could have selected action. What? Alright, Wiggins. 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 Hey, buddy.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893. and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
True that. They help a lot. They help more than
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't
unexpected
take
times.
it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Alright. Table, right? He put it on a table. Register.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Oh, okay, wait. No, I want to check for Charles?
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Oh, wait. So, not him.
This officer was on a ship that sailed...
He was at the crime. Who else? This guy?
Mr. Jack...
Jack Crocker is the one here. Anybody else on this list? No? Henry.
This officer is still at sea. There.
Okay, that's one out of the way. Samuel, no. Nathan, no. Ernest.
This officer.
Henry.
This officer.
Herbert. Where are you, Herbert?
I do not think that...
What? Oh, that's Herbert Hawkins, not Vickington, whatever his name is. Herbert, another Herbert. I'm looking for another Herbert. There we
This
go.
officer is...
Jack
Captain
Crocker.
Jack Crocker is
There
our
we go.
mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Alright. Call Crocker to confront him. Let's do it.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Can you find this Crocker?
Wiggins,
Crocker.
could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here
Yeah.
to us?
Please do.
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
It's Holmes.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, we're waiting. We're waiting for Crocker.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Alright. You got a clear look and honest. You got that honesty look. Strong build. Strong hands. Nothing. Dirt? No. Are you not gonna get anything? What? Clean boots. Oh. Sea knife. There's one more thing. Oh. Strong build. Newspaper ink. Oh. Lady Brackenstall.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You? And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
You tied her up.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Sailor's knot.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Alright, Crocker's statement. Captain Crocker is lying. His involvement is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signaling his guilt. I think this would be the right one, right? Yeah, the captain is the killer. Because I don't see how else this would be, right? Like, it's obviously he's the killer. Crocker's alibi would be wrong. But this is the right one. Now, it'll be interesting if this was not a poker and a deadly accident, right? Then everything goes like down a drain. Because then this is wrong. So this has to be poker blow. So this all leads to this. Everything else leads to this. Ah. So we can retry the conclusion in case that happens. It's still a murder. Yeah, it's still a murder. I'll still go for the murder one.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear, and it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Wow, that was a quick case. That's literally like such a fun. Oh. Eh. Oh, that was close. That was close. Holy.
You should have let me die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
I am sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this case.
Holy.
Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
Alright. I got the killer. Sir Eustace was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They staged it as a robbery by a Randall gang. Crocker used a sea knife to cut the belt or rope to tie the lady and then hid the silverware in the hell. He committed a violent crime for which he deserves a contingent punishment. Interesting. It's not been that long. I've been streaming for like 50 minutes. I can go one more. Wait. What's the next stage? Accept this decision. We'll do one more. Your ranking, Law Protector. People solved the case the same way. 94%. People made the same morale choice, though it's quite different. This is a pretty easy case, so it wasn't that. The Kew Gardens drama. Well, right. We'll do that as well. Right. We'll do both the cases. Because this was a quick case, so we'll do a Q's garden drama. Abbey Garden was Abbey Garden. The Abbey Grange is pretty easy.
For heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Poor Toby. He's just there, sitting there and being like, ah, you're gonna leave me alone again? I don't know why Toby sounds like, I don't know, some weird shit. Alright, I don't know why I have introduction. I still have, this case just started. I don't even know why I have introduction over there. Alright.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Alright. Oh. Weird. Alright, we got some things. Law Protector. We have Silverwork. Also characters. I guess we're gonna get these characters now. So let's go and check on them.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Alright, so we have our suspects, Miss White and Albert. And I think so this guy is the one, because he obviously is the owner. Why would he want to do that?
The stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but
Why are you
seems to me
so...
that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been
Why do you feel
entirely
like
forgotten already.
you're gonna cry right
What
now?
tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The 2 of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Alright,
What should we do?
let's examine the
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Do not touch.
touch me not plant. Why can't I examine?
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Footprints.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Ah,
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
so that means this door was open. Someone really tried to break this out.
The esconson was breached near the handle.
Alright.
The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
I was about to say, is he gonna go, what type of detention?
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
So there was a statue sculpture nearby somewhere?
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly clean.
Ah. Where... Oh, you want me to... Really? They want me to investigate also the place where his father died, Monte whatever. Oh, I didn't investigate here. What?
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. Soil. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Oh.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
We're still not done with this shit. Oh, we have to use a lot of investigation power. Where did the guy die again? They said.
These flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used for exhibition purposes. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Interesting. Okay, we have to search for this in archives. Where did this guy die though? Like, didn't he say that he died like
There is a smell of burning.
someone is trying to burn something here. Evidence?
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Alright. Gas
A
mask.
protective mask. A protect. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Yeah.
The remains of a picture frame.
Some other
A
thing.
door handle. Why would anyone throw such
Yeah,
a thing
why
in
would
the fire?
someone
The
throw
door
this?
handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. A broom handle was half burned. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
Interesting. Map of Kew Gardens.
Colonial collection. Palm house. Water lily greenhouse. Dry tropics.
My god, this place
Ventilation
is big.
system.
This is gonna take some time.
Seed
Surely.
house. Nursery. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Reserve.
That out. Alright, let's check over here, I guess. We'll check every single place
A
possible.
water tank.
Is that all? Really? All he said is a water tank. And that's it.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Oh, object of interest. But it's not usable yet. Meaning it will be usable later on. Maybe some kind of experiment we will be trying. Where are we now? Here. Watson, to the side, please.
Locked.
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 Why is everything locked? The hell? We still have to investigate the place where this guy died.
Locked.
Locked. Everything is just locked. I want to talk to anyone just yet. Oh.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Not yet. Oh. Oh. There's something here.
A task list for Albert, compiled by Martin Hamish. Sweep out the palm house, scrub the toilets, clean the storage shed tools.
Does that help with something? I don't know. Let's go Palm House then. Anything here in Palm House? Don't look like that to me. Oh, brother.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Oh, this is gonna be a little toughy, cause like.
According to.
Because I'm getting stuck. All right. So now,
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
falling on the fence. Knocking over the pot. Breaking the door. Alright. Breaking the door first. Knocking over the pot second. Falling over the fence set. Right. There we go. Then the pot falls. And then he fell down.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Alright, we got some clues. Perform an autopsy. Ooh. Perform an autopsy then. We need to check things in the archive real quick. We'll check things in the archive as well. And then we'll perform autopsy so that we have two things done at a single time. Interesting. So this might turn into a theft case to a murder case. Alright. This one we have to search the archives. Oh, we have to search the archives. Divine. Alright. Yes. Oh, we got letters. Oh. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Four letters. I didn't read all these letters. You guys can read it. Oh. This is the archaeologic case. We didn't read any of the letters actually. Yeah, this was the case we did in the whole Mexican thing. And then there was this case. Fate of Black Peter, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Let's search for the symbol of on a broken pot. It means divine. Definitely not chemistry. Marks and symbol. Divine syndicate? Yeah, this one.
Here it is. The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
Alright. Search for the symbol again. Again, we have to search in marks and symbol. Skulls and bones.
That is not.
No. London Garden Supplies?
Here it is.
Why is this London Garden Supplies thingy S? What? Alright, let's perform an autopsy now. Let's go to Scotland Yard and perform an autopsy on dead body who died from heart attack. I feel like some plant killed him, most probably. It has to be from some random ass plant, right? That killed him. I don't know much about botany.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Alright. Time for an autopsy. Anything here? Don's belongings. A letter. Mr. F. Wayne, director of Wayne and Sons Printing Company. My friend, your poster for the great exhibition at Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all this stuff. My name alone will be efficient. Montague Dunn.
A beautiful feather pen of a good make. A membership card for the London Crest Club.
Alright.
This watch is of great value.
Where are you going, Holmes? Alright, let's see. Let's go check on Dun.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination.
Oh my god, his body is all dead.
There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
1 minute. Oh, freaking hell. Give me a moment. My headphone is... Oh, wait. Wait a minute, boys. Right, I'm back. Oh. Wait. Is there anything on the right arm?
No redness, stings, or bruises.
Left arm?
Nothing suspicious here.
What about his face?
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
Alright.
The
Eyes.
vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The
Nose
air
and
from
mouth?
the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
I don't like that we're gonna go that way. Oh my. Why are we checking the heart?
Heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Why are we examining a heart?
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
Why are we checking all this? Ugh.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Why are we checking this stuff?
The lungs are congested and edematous. The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Okay.
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean...
Yes, it is murder.
We should inform Lestrade.
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No. We also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building? I suppose that is necessary.
we should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Alright. Alright. Poisoning. Dunn was trapped. Dunn was poisoned. Obviously, he was poisoned. Alright then, find the stolen plants from that. Find a plant that was used to kill. Inspect the Kew Garden staff building and get information on Montague Dunn. Alright. A lot of stuff is need to be done. Oh wait, you can talk to everybody now. Also, we should investigate everything. First, let's investigate this person. Myopic, inexpensive glass. Dirty collar. Unmarried. Gardener's hand. Alright. Emptied colonial room.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, oh, most likely maintenance work. tidying
He's
up.
a suspect as well.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Dunn's death.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Relationship with Dunn?
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Dunn's a lifestyle? What do you mean by that?
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
What about the keys?
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Ah. Lethal plant.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
The Divine Syndicate. What about that?
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall
Alright.
continue our...
Weekly inspections. Wait, that helps us somewhat with the Hamish's thing. Albert was over here. Let's talk to him. Alright, let's investigate him first. He's red eyes, consumed by grief. I don't think so he would be like the murderer here, Albert. We don't know about Miss White, anything about Miss White. We don't know, and we know that Hamish can be one. He is the one who's like well versed in all these plants and stuff, right?
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
I see. Do you work here?
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
His face and his voice doesn't match at all.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Relationship with your
I
father.
imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes, I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path. I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Alright. What do you think on
Would
Martin
you
Hamish?
please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Do you know about the Divine
Tell me,
Syndicate?
have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
What about door keys? Do you have them?
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Alright.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Meet Miss White. That's the last character we're getting? Yep, that's the last character we're getting.
Locked.
No, it's fine now. It's not locked, Holmes. It's not locked no more. Oh, director safe. Oh. Ah. I was going good until that happened. Ah. Freaking hell. It's like 2. You get 2 and then do 2. And then 2 more over here. And then 2 more over there. It's like going 2, 2, 2, 2. No? Freaking hell. I have to go 3 over here. And 2 over here. And then 1 more over here, I guess. Oh, 3 over there. Oh, I see. It's like reversal. I have to mirror whatever I do over here. Then 3 over there. And then 2 over here, I guess. I guess 2 is right. And then 2 over here. No! 3 over there. Oh my god, the rotating is really annoying. 3 over here. And 2 over here. No, it was 3 over here, right? 4 over there. The 4 other way around. Oh, what? I guess I have to max it out, then rotate again. Now I get all the pieces on the right side, I guess. There we go. My god, who does this kind of puzzle? It's like a trial and error kind of shit. Like, bruh.
A list of the plants that were displayed at the exhibition and later stolen.
Another letter. Please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I'm paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Garden is a royal institution. We granted a great opportunity to travel the world and to see the most extraordinary, precious, and rare species of plant. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them or for dubious purpose. The divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14th, 1889. So I must respectfully ask you to once again to notarize the permission of these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. I see. Oh, because it's out there. I researched that in the archive. For the last time, for the return of our dear sisters, you do not have any right to hold them in prison. They do not belong to you. These so-called prohibitions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie being... oh, it's again the case. Whatever the case of this...
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Oh. Theft... Oh. 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 I see. What's in here?
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
I see. A champagne.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Interesting. Let's check the director's desk now.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Ah. I'm just gonna pass by that. I'm thinking there's something there. Another letter! I believe it might be better if you vacate your position at Kew Gardens. Oh. 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 Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Might be my first confusing case, most probably. I think they were done with this office thing, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm done with the office. Let's go to this place now.
Locked.
Not anymore. What? Laboratory table? Wet bottle traces?
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent.
Oh, we need Toby.
We need a good nose.
Toby. Toby is what we need.
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not.
Oh. Ah. Alright. Alright. This is fine. This is fine as well. Or is it? Wait. This is not fine. Wait. Oh, I'm just gonna skip this. I'm actually gonna skip this. Yeah. This is a very confusing one. I don't like too much confusion actually. I can try it, but it's gonna take me ages, so I'm not gonna do that.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application at the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is suited better than me than the post. While yada. And now Kew Garden lie in disorder. How can I stand alone? Okay. We found whatever the hell.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Martin Hamish.
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
Oh. Albert's locker now.
Albert's locker. Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Oh?
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction.
He must be a sailor.
Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Your father has expressed his intention to entrust you to direct a ship. Oh. Interesting. Miss White's locker.
White's locker.
There is something here.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
Yeah. Bunch of
Apparently,
jewels.
Miss White is a capable student.
White's
A
request.
draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
I read this with the reluctant to ask for your help, but studies and cars. I fear, therefore, I may not be longer able to manage terms. I don't know the other, but will you has hardless as well as studies need back of money. Letter again. I could not permit you to remain in such a time. I was born. I could consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Devoted servant.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Letter from the family. She think that her person she left her at any time. Ooh, she left her house. I see. She left her house. Miss White's family, Miss White's study. Oh. White situation. A frick. White study, Albert's ambition. No. Alright. There might be more with the white study on board. Alright, cloakroom, we found some clues there. Anything else over here that we can find clues with? Protective equipment.
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Good question. There's something else here as well.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Interesting. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Because it's not going out yet. There's definitely something I'm missing over here. What is it?
Such
awesome.
masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
I see. Alright. Chemistry. Chemistry bottles.
A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Phonograph.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Cylinder.
I don't hear anything.
Where do I put the cylinder? Oh, use the cylinder in there.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Ooh. Use the cylinder over there.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Interesting. Table for experiments?
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Ooh. Evidence required. Oh, we need to find an evidence. Maybe it's Albert. Albert is the one who's burning evidence. Albert might be the one who doesn't want us to check on any kind of evidence.
Locked.
Not anymore, Holmes. Not logged anymore. Thing here. Work decks.
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Thesis written by Martin Hamish.
A glasses case. It is empty.
Most
This
probably
area
Martin.
serves as Martin
Yeah,
Hamish's
yeah.
office.
Most probably his office. That's what I was about to say. Nothing here. Diplomas.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
Interesting. Nothing. 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 Again, nothing. Nothing.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Yeah. Most probably. Nothing. Alright, let's... Oh, I was just watching. I was like, wait, didn't I just check there? There's nothing there. Alright. What have we got here? A bust.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Oh. Is there something else over here? Is that all? No, there's definitely something else. Oh.
I am curious if the marble that we found...
Yeah.
Here it is.
There you go. The marble fits.
The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Interesting. So they... Whoever took away
The
those...
seeds of plant species
Whatever
are stored
the...
here.
We found it over in the... near the thingy. The window. So whoever it was, they took the thingy from the window. Something. The bust. That's what I was thinking about. They took it from the window. Near the window, somewhere.
Locked.
Oh my god. Sometimes the game's controls are so weird. Stop it.
Open.
Open sesame. I actually wanna check around first. If we're talking to Margaret White, I gotta check around everything first. Ah. Window can be opened. It doesn't mind me at all, like, it's just like, yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
Right. Oh, something.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Ah. Alright, let's talk to her.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Alright. Investigate. Investigate. Expensive perfume. Pink marks. Alarga. Poor family. What? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I think so, I missed something. What did I miss? Oh. Unmarried. Theft of plants.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Incident?
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Hmm? What? Did she just...
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
Smash or pass? I don't know, man. She might kill me with poisonous plants. I'm a pass.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Biology student,
Why
kind of
so?
relatable,
He
right?
loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
What about the Divine Syndicate? Do you know
The
anything about
Divine
that?
Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
What do you get a feeling it's Albert who did this?
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Alright.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is
seducing
lying.
voice.
It is obvious.
Alright, so we have a lot of questions we can do, and we can also search the archive, which also means we have to bring Toby. We also have to bring Toby. We have to search the archives for list of exotic plants exhibited at Kew Garden. Alright, and search the archive for June 14, 1889. Alright, let's go back to Baker Street then. Well, I had a lot of things to do right now. Alright. First, let's search the archive for game. Calm down. There you go. Rare botany plant. Wouldn't that be newspaper? Encyclopedia. There we go. That'd be botany. Exotic plants. Yeah. You guys can read it if you guys want.
Here it is.
Alright. Deadly plants stolen. Poisoning. Theft and murder. Yeah, so they're all deadly plants that were stolen. Frick. Still search for the case of June 14th. That'll be in the newspaper. 1889, June 14th. Yeah, scandal. Divine Syndicate club followers of the god situated on the 48 area and more particular trees are currently subject of administration. Suspected of financial malfeasance, it may lead to investigation, will lead to charges of judiciary. Meanwhile, many voices have risen high against this inspection, denouncing the state. In fact, the private organization which has given us as its goal the defense and protection of nature, and which incorporates many persons of influence, including political representatives of opposition party.
Here it is. And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn.
Yeah, let's go to the Divine Syndicate. Oh wait, I should have just wanted Toby out. Actually, it's fine. We can go to Divine Syndicate and then go to wherever Toby is. Do we have any clues right now? I don't think so there's anything we can do. Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Height.
This place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us find someone who could help us.
Alright. Holmes learns martial arts. Hi.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sap. A while can you wait? From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism. Its balance. Do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcome you are. To introduce myself I shall. I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic? Himself?
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in the vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
Alright. Let's do a character description of this guy. Tattoo. Fingertip calluses. Arm injury. Acid burn. Chemical practice. Alright, look around.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate, glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
Alright. Reports.
We visited Kew Gardens, and we found your symbols on their flower pots.
Coincidence, I am thinking. They would scavenge our refuse. It would not surprise me.
It was merely an observation.
Alright. Let's ready.
Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
Trevan, the God King.
Our God King's name is Trewan, Green
Trewan.
Grand Mystic.
Oh la, good, I like you. Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation can you make whenever you so wish.
Thank you so much.
Then he went
pray
full.
you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life it helps to free.
But of course.
Raw sap, it is called. It is near the entrance.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
What piece? A broken piece.
A fragment of a flower pot.
Something hidden.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell.
Let's see what's hidden in here. Oh.
The Kew Gardens symbol.
Interesting. What's this? Interesting. The Kew Gardens thingy was over here. Drawing.
This must be Trewan, the divine. This.
Oh, I'm skipping this. I don't want to do this one. Just skip. Skip. I don't want to do this one, please. Just skip this. I hate this puzzle. Skip this puzzle. I want to skip this puzzle. Can I skip it? Can I skip it? I really want to just skip this puzzle. So annoying. Okay, thank you. I just want to skip this puzzle. This is an annoying puzzle. I don't like it. Oh. Chemistry cupboard?
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
Interesting. Object of interest.
That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments.
Ah, let's talk to this guy over here.
Osmosis and photosynthesis.
What? I know both, but still, like, what?
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
Ah. You don't say. Somebody... Oh.
A vast amount of opium.
Vast amount of opium, apparently. It's an object of interest. That means I still have to investigate some things over here. I'll have to come back after I'm done with Toby. I will slowly have to come back over here because there is an object of interest over here that I can use. Oh. I was like, wait, what? You know the
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Oh. Kew Garden symbol.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What?
I think so. I should be there. Right? Should be... You guys should be able to see me now. Yeah, okay. We're good. Alright. Sorry about that. Continue. Alright. Why is it still black screen? Okay, there you go. That was weird. For the longest time it was just black screen. Alright, there we go.
Do you have...
None. Not worthy there.
Okay, there you go. We did till this. Kew Garden symbol.
What?
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago. And we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said.
He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
Alright. What? Wait. There you go. Sect stole everything. Nah, partial theft. But the deadly plants. I think that's what happened here. Because I feel like there's still a lot of things that connect to a murder. Okay. We have a lot of shit right now on us. We can go for dialogues, but before we go for dialogues, we still want a divine indicator concealing. Really? Did you still not find anything about that? Well, this is interesting now. We still aren't done with the Divine Syndicate. Oh.
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of.
Drugs.
It is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
It is cocaine. I didn't go over here.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical...
Okay. What about this one? Nothing? This cage. Oh.
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
Okay, we took a bunch of caterpillars. Okay.
A tropical.
Right. Alright, nothing of interest there either. Is that all? That's all. Let's go. Check the flower gate.
These 3 plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
Alright. We got all the 3 stolen plants. Sex secret has been completed.
Praise.
Now can I check this? It's still an object of interest. Which means I've still not got things for this, right? Yeah, I most probably don't have things for this yet.
Follow my...
Alright. Use Toby to track down that Salazar and do Toby thingy. Baker Street, Toby! Toby, where are you? I need Toby. Okay, well let's check what we can... Oh, that was weird, the game just stopped for a second. Alright, let's go. Hi, Toby. Toby! I need you. Where are you, Toby? Toby, my boy, come on.
Come on, Toby. We have some... Let us...
Let's go. Kew Gardens, Toby. Come on. Come on. Aw, that's cute. Right here.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory.
Alright, let's go. Let's go, Toby. Let's go.
Search, Toby. Search.
Alright, I see it. Controls? There you go. Let's see what this leads to. I see you. Where is this leading me to? Where are you going, Toby? Oh. Toby found something for us. That's a good boy. Who's a good boy?
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
Who's a good boy? That's a good boy.
This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes. A tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Who's a good boy? That's a good boy. Alright. Well, we have a bunch of dialogues actually. We can choose now. Let's go and talk to people around here. In fact, let's go and do the analysis. Let's go and do the analysis, and then we'll go and talk to people, because that'll give me another dialogue choice most probably. So why not? Alright.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis.
Alright.
This
Here we go. And there we go. Test tube.
a colorless, water-based liquid.
Alright.
Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
Alright. Activate the burner. Ah.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Salt.
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take a...
Ah, my bad.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Ah, interesting. Oh, poison. There you go. Set up the experiment. Alright. Set up the experiment with deadly plants. Okay. We also have to question, so let's go and question and like, why am I going to divine syndicate? I don't know. There's still that object of interest, you know? Maybe it's over there. We have to set up the experiment because that's the only place I can think about where I can set up the experiment. Let's go there. Oh, why did I just... Why Scotland Yard? What the hell? I clicked Divine Syndicate. Okay, game. Okay. I clearly clicked Divine Syndicate. There's no way I clicked Scotland Yard. There we go. Now we can turn this experiment.
This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens. Perfect, Watson. We can begin our experiment.
All right. Perform analysis. All right. Again, back to Baker Street, I guess, to perform analysis. I guess we're gonna finally get the murder weapon, or the way Dan was killed. Probably. I think so. I'm not sure, but I think so, definitely. Let's begin our
I
experiment.
imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
Let's begin with this one. Wait, what?
How interesting.
Oh.
What a strong and effective defensive mechanism.
That's a plant.
I find the
yeah.
behavior of predators utterly fascinating.
What about this one? No reaction. Alright, what if swap this over here with this.
This plant seems to have had no reaction from the caterpillars.
Ah. What if I put it over here though? Ah, why are you putting it over there? Fine, I'll just have to swap this. Fine, I'll just swap this. Wait. Fine. Swap this with that one. Why are you putting near that one? Okay.
This plant.
Okay. What if I put alcohol? Oh.
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Alright.
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Oh.
This plant seems to have...
Interesting.
It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it.
Oh. I got it. Push that.
It appears to open after being soaked with alcohol.
There we go.
Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
That's an experiment.
The
It's
plants
definitely
would
the
be capable
director
of killing
or so-called
only if
director.
they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there.
Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Alright. This is clearly how he was killed. Do I love the... Nah. Sect is not involved. Nah. Sect is not involved with the death of... whatever the hell. Done. Fuck to all the suspects are boarded today. Let's go to Kew Gardens real quick and ask everybody about everything. So we kind of have... I think there's a director. A so-called director. But I don't feel like Albert isn't that well knowledge on plants. Margaret, it's very tough for me to think that she would do it, considering she was in depth and everything, and she was kind of whatever was provided by Albert to her. So it's kind of like Albert and Margaret, or I don't know, Albert had a crush on Margaret or some shit like that. I don't know. I was shocked.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Well, maybe they are dating.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student.
Yeah, I completed Abbey, Grange in like
quite charming indeed. She
40 minutes
a
or something.
Talent for botany.
I went for another one.
Some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
Abbey
The
affair.
way she used to flutter around
That
Mr.
one.
Montague Dunn, and he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for
Okay,
botany.
that's a lie. That's a lie. Your father was. Photographed father.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to...
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Alright. Do you know about the bust?
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
Fragment from the statue.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently.
Before Dunn's dead.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
Your activity at the morning?
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish.
So, that would create this. Hamish's motive. Is there anything else that I can see? Alright. I don't know. I don't think so this is Albert. He's not very good at botany. I don't think so he can be, like, anything. This. White's lack of experience. Again, I don't know if it's White or Albert. I just don't feel like they would be able to do this. Still don't have enough clues, but this feels like this feels like Hamish's work. I doubt Albert is able to do all this because he doesn't have that much knowledge with this stuff. I still have to do some stuff though. We have to ask everybody and then we have to do. Alright. Of entering
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Alright,
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
What were we doing on
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes. He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
Okay.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you, young man.
We have Albert's motive now. Alright, we gotta speak to White. Where is she, Margaret? She's over here, right? And that's the nursery. She is past the nursery. Most probably over here. There we go. See. There she is. Sometimes this controls. The controls are here. Currently, my biggest question is, what kind of plant does Sherlock want from this? I don't know.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon
Most
the day
probably
of his
something for
death?
his bees.
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
Time of death.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
Your records?
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Oh, I actually did listen to that.
Thank you, miss.
Did I?
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
Yeah, listen to that recording. Yeah. We have pretty much everything ready. Where am I supposed to check for the experiment? Oh. A bust was over here.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Interesting. Oh no, I didn't want to. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's see. That was one. Escape in the room was 2. I guess there were only 2 things here. Alright.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
Oh. Oh, I know. Ventilation. We had something to do over there, right? So, ventilation should be... Wait. Where does this lead to? Should be able to get through the ventilation through here. I remember I went through here and I still could... Where was it? Where was the ventilation? Here. This one.
First of all, I need to visit the Colonial Collection Room to see how those caterpillars dropped onto the deadly...
Okay. Got it. Alright. I'll do that then. Instead of taking a long route, I'll just do the short route. Come over here. And I took the long route. Man, this place is really confusing. Like, it's so big.
How?
Why is this place so big? Oh my god. And it's doing again. The weird movement thingy. Oh, I don't like this. Sometimes I don't like the movement of this game. Like, it's so weird sometimes. Alright. Do I need to, like, place it over here somewhere?
The plants were here.
Okay. Over here. Oh,
the caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
I already know where the ventilation system is. I'll just go there and get it done. Take this route, this simple route. Right. take the simple route and start. Switch on the power.
Is on. The engine.
Oh. Oh, on.
The engine cannot.
Oh, okay.
The engine has started.
If you don't like the movement of the game, don't play the testament of Sherlock Holmes. You'll hate it. Oh. Up. There you go.
The ventilation system is working.
Hey, if the gameplay is like, I do not like the movement through, but if I like, it's like the investigation stuff is just like this, I don't mind it. But I do hate the movement in this game. It's like super janky. The gameplay is fun. I won't deny that. Like investigating stuff and everything, that's fun. That's one of the issues I also had with Eleanor, which I'll play next once I'm done with this game. Which I should be done with the next stream with this game.
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
Okay. You need to activate the fan from Hamish's or Albert's space. Alright, I think this is the director's office, right? This is Albert's place. Why didn't I examine this first?
A botany book.
Oh wait.
This student.
Repeat here. Can I do anything over here? Can I activate the fan or whatever from this place? No? What about Hamish's place? Wasn't it over here? Oh. Right. Here. Oh, we can actually activate from Hamish's
This
place.
ventilation fan is working.
It is
Let's
Hamish's
see
fan,
if I can activate the other one.
isn't it? Albert's place. There's a fan in Albert's place as well. I didn't realize that. One? Oh, that was Albert's
Before
place.
I activate the fan, I need to check if the interior of the Colonial Collection Room can be seen from here.
Oh.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Wait, whose work is this? This is Hamish's work, right?
Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
Inspect the window. Yeah, we did.
It worked perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
Interesting. I think so that's all the evidence that we can get right now. Hamish's opportunity. Ooh, I am gonna go and say Hamish is guilty. Feels like it. It is Hamish who is guilty. Let's arrest Hamish.
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
Contract Lestrade. I definitely think so. This is Hamish's doing. Albert is not that experienced in plants or botany that he would go and crazily do that. I think so. Margaret is either that experienced to actually do anything. Hamish, on the other hand, he has a lot of experience over all of the other guys.
I must admit.
Oh, that's what. Where's Lestrade?
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? Lestrade? I have something for you, Lestrade.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
I love the book, just shows all the evidences that you have gathered. Pretty fun.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Alright.
Holmes, my God!
What?
Yes. We found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
What? Did that really happen? Examine at reserve. Oh.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
I find unbearable John deserved to die, but not, I cannot forgive myself for having this blood. Me, Mrs. seem to always have fallen victim to our circumstances. I find myself to be no exception. I must stone and I should go.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
Really now? What? This case just got interesting.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Yeah, can we
Perhaps,
kind of punishment
but it is
regime?
rather
Yeah, I saw that.
strange that
I
such
saw
a
that. I
person
saw
as
that.
Mr. Hamish
I
decided
pointed
to
it out
base his
in one of my
plan
streams.
on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Okay.
Let us analyze the facts and statements.
Oh my
so
god.
that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Okay. What am I playing? Cluedo all of a sudden or something? Okay. Is Martin Hamish went to see Albert in Seed House at around 9:30. Alright. 9:30. Oh my god. Wait. Albert meets Montague and Dunn at Seed House, right? Returns to Seed House. Okay, it was around alright. There we go. It was around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague Dunn, I'll just call him Dunn. Don't worry, it's not that hard. Okay. Went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommenced his inspection and entered the dry tropics room. Hamish returned to the seed house. The backyard. So let's use seed house. Okay. Good. And to 10 minutes, John recommends his inspection and return. Seed house. Okay, something like this then. Also, another Easter egg: when you analyze a clue in your archive, go to the newspaper area and search around. You can find the article called "Study in Scarlet." I hope you know this book. Oh, interesting. Okay. Go to events timeline. There's still this one. Do I need to do this? I guess so. Miss White talks. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40 when she saw Hamish and Albert in Water Lily greenhouse and joined them. So, something like this. In the laboratory. But at 10 o'clock. Okay, that would be over 10 o'clock. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40 when she saw Hamish. That would be this. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed that Montague Dunn was unwell, which was around 10:30. And yeah, Albert was in Seed House the entire morning. He observed Hamish returning from visiting Miss White at 10 minutes past 10. So this one here. And one here. There. That way. Right, let's play the event now.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time.
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
Oh. I'm gonna say Albert, because we should be back, I think so. Are we back? I'm not sure. I think they're back, right? Yeah, I think so we're good now. Okay, sorry about that. I'll quickly complete the case. It's my electricity. It loves to act up sometimes. No worry, I'll quickly complete the case here. It was my electricity that went. Right. It should be fine. Because the Wi-Fi is back up. Yeah, it's fine now, I think. I really hate and sometimes this happens with like midstream. Alright. Freaking hell. I'll just start Sherlock Holmes real quick. So yeah, screen is still black. Yeah, game is starting now. That's why. We'll be done soon. You just need to complete the case. Right. I should be able to see the screens here soonish, I guess. Is it popping? Yeah, I think so. Just yeah, we're good. All right. All right. So we need to find the killer. It's I think that's just all fine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the help on that. We'll just quickly complete the case. Oh my god, Holmes was right in my face. Like, just complete the case or some shit. Alright, Albert had time. I was gonna say that Albert is pretty suspicious with his stuff and everything. Just like... So this also means that Albert's studies on plants might work. No, Albert's lack of experience with this. What am I missing over here? Something else I'm missing? Oh, that was also what I was missing. I think so, it's White. I think so, it's Albert. Because if anything, I just feel like it's Albert more or less likely. Albert wanted to pursue the whole Navy thing and everything, and he really didn't want that stuff. On the other hand, White didn't like. I don't know why White would kill Hamish. What was White's motive over here? Where's White's motive? White's situation. Were completely dependent upon Montague Dunn's wealth. That's the whole point I'm making. Like White, I just don't understand why the whole thing about her is she's gold digger. I did like about her relationship with Albert's father. She did. But again, the whole point about White is like she's a gold digger, right? She's literally like she's depending on Dunn's wealth, and Dunn was a ladies' man and stuff like that. And again, I don't know. Can it be White? Albert. If I go in the timeline, wait. Let me see. We'll still not go with the conclusion. We go with the timeline. Also, White wanted money, and Albert's father could have just taken back the money and said it is White is the accomplice. So we go with the timeline, right? White had 20 minutes, Albert had 10 minutes. But again, if I play the events like this, goes like that. He talks to White, and basically it oh.
Let us summarize.
Okay.
Martin Albert.
Okay.
Perfect, Watson. Now,
Okay, yeah, makes sense now. If Hamish was together with Albert, I doubt Albert had enough time. Because both Albert and Hamish came together to check on his father, right? Now, it would be a possibility if he was his accomplice, but that's the route they took. Would it be possible for them? Done was more used dead than alive for White. True that. Might be. Might be it's not Albert. Albert is not involved. It might be White. Hamish did it alone. Now that's hard. Hamish alone wouldn't be possible. But White's situation, White is an accomplice. We'll do both. In case White isn't the accomplice, we'll do Albert. And then we don't do that shit here. In case White isn't the accomplice, we can just replay the ending and do Albert.
But Holmes, how can you
from
be
something
certain
Albert.
we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After
Elementary.
the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining. The deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop!
Oh, quick time event.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Got it. What is it people trying to die since the last two cases?
Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
White is an accomplice. Condemn Miss White. Miss White is a dangerous woman very capable of carrying out an elaborate murder. When she realized that she was unable to make any further monetary gain from Dunn, she advanced her affections to Albert, his son. He was the one who locked the door of the colonial collection room directly after Hamish released the calculator and pushed Martin de Hamish to his suicide only to cover herself. You got what she developed. Alright. We got all the clues, I guess? Yeah, we got all the clues. That's good to know. Alright, so the final case. Yes, we'll accept this decision. Severe judge, and everybody did pretty much the same thing. A half moon walk. This is what we'll do. The final case. We'll do this in the next stream actually. In fact, I might just do this tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Wait.
Where are you?
Tomorrow is Saturday, right? I have to. No, is it Friday? What is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is Saturday. I will need to play with my friends tomorrow. The best case in my opinion. The final case or the case before that? I mean, the case I played today. Saturday. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be playing with my friends most probably. Day after I'll stream Sherlock Holmes again and finish this game off. The final case, a half moon walk. Okay. We'll do that on Sunday then. We'll complete Sherlock Holmes and I'll start Illinois after that. Because that's another game that I really have been holding up and like I really want to play since a long time now. Yeah. That's all I got for today. Tomorrow I'll be most probably playing Left 4 Dead. So yeah. Until next time, peace out.